Hello everyone, Dan here from the Next Issue Podcast. On today's video, I'll be doing a review of Thor number 24, aka Legacy number 750, celebration of 60 years of Thor, which will continue throughout the year. So this is an oversized issue. It has a lot of different stories, a lot of different creators. As you can see here, beautiful cover by Nick Klein. And here we have just a quick catch up of everything that's happened after the events of the latest issues. The All Father Odin is dead, and now we have a funeral for Odin. So I've really been enjoying this run by Donna Cates. Jason Aaron really set the bar pretty high, but like this has been continuing just to be awesome. I've loved all the arcs, all the stories that have been told. I'm glad to see all the little seeds that are being planted going forward, especially in this issue. There's a lot of stuff. So let's go take a look at some of the stories that are in this, and I'll talk about the creative teams as we get to each one of the stories, because there's a lot of them too. There's a lot of them, so I'll go through all that stuff as part of the review. So first we start with the story The Second Son of Asgard, written by Donny Cates, with art by Nick Klein, Matt Wilson, and Joe Sabino. This is the normal roster of creators for the book, for the ongoing. Um, and this is the story that kind of frames everything else in the issue. This is the funeral for Odin. We have his family and friends, everyone's present. I love this shot here of Nick Klein just did a fantastic job. Like you can play pretty much like who's who of this world. We have the Guardians, we have the Fantastic Four, we have Frost Giants, we have Celestials, Uatu the Watcher, we have Hela, just everyone's here. On top of seeing the Cosmic Ghost Riders there, Silver Surfer, just it's just so much fun to look at this page. The Avengers are here. I mean, everyone from all corners of the universe, and I'm sure there's some little Easter eggs too. That just a really fun page. But the story is beautiful. Like the story that Donny Cates tells us of Thor honoring his father in this way, in this funeral. And then he reads from the Book of Kings. It's just really, really cool stuff. There's a few things on here. There's a relationship moment between Loki and Thor that just was really touching, very emotional. So really enjoyed this framing device. Now, in between all these things, we do see some really cool stuff. Let's start off with one of the coolest things. We have the only Walter Simonson writing the prologue to this story. Walter Simonson with colors by Laura Martin and Matt Miller and letters by John Workman. This is amazing. I love seeing Walter Simonson return to a Thor book. As you may or may not know, Simonson has written what I would think it's the just the essential Thor run, in my opinion, and I'm sure none of the people that are working on this book would disagree. So really cool to see him back on the book. He pencils a story for the Carbonite, who are the Beta Ray Bill's race. So it's a little bit of a tangential story to what's going on. Uh, Next, we have The Seduction, written and penciled by Dan Jurgens, with inks by Klaus Jensen, Matt Wilson on colors, and Joe Sabino on letters. This is a story involving Van Gogh. All these stories are kind of a little bit out of time, but they all tell you a little bit about Thor and his relationship with some of these challenges. This was really cool. Really interested to see Van Gogh. I think I also really appreciate Dan Jurgens' art. It gives you that old school feel, and I mean, when you're being in by Klaus Jensen, like you can really tell on the page. Very cool stuff here. Another fun story. Now, I would say this is probably my favorite surprise. We have What Comes Next, written by Al Ewing, with art by Lee Garbett, Antonio Fabella on colors, and Joe Sabino on letters. This story is a Loki story that will be setting up, and it's actually the setup for the continuation on Defenders Beyond, which you can see the cover here. So Al Ewing will continue to write Defenders. So many cool characters: America Chavez, the Blue Marvel, Loki's here. Loki has gone through a transformation in this issue, and I really like that. And I just love seeing the old school Defenders, all sorts of Defenders in this book. It feels like the roster of the Defenders. of who's who. It's all in there. So, and Al Ewing is one of my favorite ongoing writers. So I'm very much looking forward to what they can do here. Next up, we have the Benediction story by another great Thor creator, J. Michael Straczynski, with Oliver Coipel on art, Alejandro Sanchez on colors, and Joe Sabino on letters. Another great issue, just a lot of fun. Really, really cool to see Straczynski back writing Thor. Really enjoy the story as well. I believe this is the last story. It is Who Wields Who, written by Jason Aaron, who is the latest before Cates, who was the latest writing on Thor, with art by Das Pastoras and letters by Joe Sabino. And on this one, I just wanted to show, because we are so close to Love and Thunder, we have a story of like, it's all about Mjolnir and the hammer, and being worthy and wielding the hammer. uh, so we know that Mjolnir's been through a lot of changes, and here we see Thor fighting Gore, the God Butcher, with Beta Ray Bill, and then Thor as well, Jane Foster Thor. So just great work by Pastoras on the art, and I think Jason Aaron just always brings a fun story of Thor. So overall, this is a great issue for many reasons. Some of those, I'll tell you what's going on here. Uh, this is a great anniversary edition. This is the book that's setting up a lot of really cool books. So you have a lot of seeds being planted. You have great creators working on the team. So if you ever go to a convention, you take a book like this, and you can get so many signatures on it. It's ridiculous. I love that. I love having books like this where a bunch of creators can sign, and I don't have to be carrying around 20 pounds of comics. And yeah, there's so many cool variants, which we'll see some of them at the end of the book. I'm just very excited for this. And the continuation of Thor. We know that after this Banner of War, the Hulk Thor crossover will begin. So very excited for that. And yeah, just Donny Cates killing it on this run. The whole team really. Nick Klein, just fantastic art. The way he draws those mourning faces, like grieving, like you can really tell the feelings are there. So yeah, I'm super excited for this. But let me know what you thought of the book if you read it. Let me know if you're enjoying this run of Thor. And remember to stay tuned, because we have more comic reviews, trailer reactions, TV recaps, movie reviews, all that stuff here in the channel. And come back and see us on the live shows. We will be talking about the Batman on the upcoming show. And yeah, very excited. So as always, thanks for watching, and let's go take a look at some of those variant covers. Make sure to leave a comment, leave us a like, all that good stuff help grows the channel. So thanks for watching, everyone. Bye bye.